I expanded the Day at the Work set and I made it bigger than ever before. The whole idea came to me as I was building my custom A Better View for Gordon set. I was looking at the 2001 yearbook for reference, and as I was looking through it, they had several layouts that you could make and expand, including the Day at the Work set. I always loved looking through these yearbooks as a kid, and 2001 unfortunately started the trend where they didn't show you what they looked like, so I never really paid too much attention in yearbooks like this. However, when I saw it, to me, A Day at the Work set is just one of the most iconic sets, and it was released for so long in the Wooden Railway line. So I thought it would be a great set to make even bigger. So I went ahead and I built the Day at the Work set based off what the 2001 yearbook had you do. And I think if they were to have released the set, it probably would have been considered a deluxe set. So when I built it and I added characters, I tried to keep in mind what the other deluxe sets were doing at this time. First, the characters. Now of course Thomas, Scruffy, and Coldy were a part of the original Day at the Work set, so they naturally had to be included. And as I look at the deluxe set that were available in 2001, they really vary greatly by how many characters were featured in the sets. I mean, for one, you have Mountain Tunnel set, which only features Thomas and Mike, but then you have sets like the Roundhouse set and the Lift and Load set that just have tons of characters in it. I decided to look at the Bridge and Tunnel set as inspiration for this expanded Day at the Work set. In that set, they had 3 engines and each engine had something to pull, so that's what I did here. In this set, I gave Coldy Scruffy to pull, and Thomas I gave the cargo car. It was introduced as a separate item in 1999, and I won't spoil what else is to come, but it does work with some other items that are included in the set, so I figured I'd add this to the set. I decided to include the red sawmill log car, which was also released in 1999. I decided to do this versus the green one, as the green one had been around for a long time, and this red one was getting to the end of its shelf life, so I figured maybe adding it to this set would give more of a reason to go out and actually get the item. As for who pulls the red sawmill log car, I decided an item that was new to 2001, Wilbert. Now Wilbert had a pretty short shelf life too, as 2002 ended up being his last year in the Wooden Railway line, and that's why I decided to pick Wilbert, the sawmill log car, and the cargo car. None of these items really were in the Wooden Railway line that long, and my hope is by putting them in a set like this, it 1. Gives the customer more opportunities to get these items after they're retired, and 2. Maybe people would want to go out there and buy these items more if they're seeing them in sets. Of the deluxe sets that were available in 2001, 3 of the 4 of them featured an off-the-rails vehicle, so I decided to include one here as well, and I picked new to 2001 as well, Butch the tow truck. Now Butch ended up being in the Wooden Railway line for a really long time, and I think he's a good addition here, as having a tow truck in a Day at the Work set just makes a ton of sense to me. Not only that, with the cargo car included here, you don't just have to use them as a tow truck, and you can take the cargo in and out of the cargo car itself, which I think also adds a lot of fun with Butch. In the original A Day at the Work set, the 2 main things here were one Sodor Bay Bridge and the work shed, and these both are back in this set, along with a few new items as well. One of the items that are included in this set is the brand new Natford covered bridge. Now, while I do own the item, I couldn't find it at the time of me building this set, so instead I used the item that had replaced the Tidmouth covered bridge. They both do their job, and it is nice having a bridge in this set, and I think it is great introducing items like the Natford covered bridge that were brand new in 2001 as a way to expand this set. The special engine shed was also included in this set, and while it's not necessary since it's in so many other ones, it is nice to have it here. Like, I mean, they easily could have just made this into a siding, or not even included the siding at all and just made it a straight track. But it does add a little bit more to it, and A Day at the Works, it is nice to have a shed for these engines to go to at night and not have to use the works as that shed. The Sodor log loader is also a little bit of a weird addition here. I mean, A Day at the Works on the island of Sodor, log loader just doesn't come to mind for me. But it is nice having it here, especially because it was reintroduced. Probably a little bit more of a motivation for people to go out there and buy this new edition of the log loader. And I was able to add the sawmill log car, which, while the sawmill part isn't used, at least we get to use that here. so I kind of get it, but it is kind of weird to have it in here as well. But my favorite addition here definitely has to be Cranky. He was only in year 3 at this point in the line and had yet to be in a set, so it was great to put him in something like this and probably give people more motivation to go out there and get him. Now of course he'd be added to the Down by the Dock set pretty soon after this, and it is kind of weird, A Day at the Works. I feel like it could have been renamed to A Day at the Dock set and had Cranky here as a big part of it. I mean, it did end up working out for him anyway, but by far my favorite addition they have in the set has to be Cranky. I'm really happy with what they did with the expanded A Day at the Work set. I mean, you look at the yearbook, and the page next to it, the expanded Stop and Go set is just so boring. So the fact that they made this just such an exciting and to me unique set, I absolutely love. I think a problem obviously the wooden railways run into, and I mean even myself and I see other people as we build our own sets or layouts, is just using the works as a shed. And they don't do that here, which I love. They have track going both in the front and back. There's a lot of sidings there too, which is perfect. You can envision having a character getting worked on there, pushed in the siding until it's their turn. I just really like that they made it. It's kind of weird in the back too at the same time, but I'm just, at the end of the day, glad they did something with it, because you almost never see the works used like this. The fact that this set was never able to be purchased is a little bit disappointing. Like, I think you could have just retired the works, or you could have changed the name of this to something else. The Down by the Dock set, like we had a year later. You could have called it this. I think this would have been a really fun set to go out there and purchase, and just so unique. I feel like a lot of problems, and I've run into myself as I've been building these custom layouts, is trying not to have too many circles in it. And I think it really does a good job avoiding that and just so unique. Like, I really have never seen a set quite like this, and it was just an absolute blast to build this and see what the finished product was. Honestly, this was kind of like a childhood dream of mine, in the fact that I'd look at these sets at the back of my yearbooks all the time and think they were so cool, but never actually take the time to go out and build it. So this is the first time in my life I've built one of the layouts that were in the back of the yearbook, and I had an absolute blast. This layout looks so good. And honestly, I'd love to do this again. I think this was so much fun, and I recommend you go out there and look at your old yearbooks too and see if there's any fun sets to build, because I think there's so many great ones they had hiding back here that they really honestly should have gone out and released as a set that you could purchase, because this was such a golden set, and the fact that it's just hidden in the back of a 2001 yearbook is honestly kind of disappointing, but I'm glad I could finally build it for myself and see what it's like with my own eyes. I hope you all enjoyed my expanded A Day at the Work set. Thank you all for watching, and subscribe for more.